Good afternoon, friends. A very big day is coming for many Americans. Bonus inflation relief checks have been approved. Stimulus payments worth up to $700 are going out in the state of Illinois, and the state of Idaho has approved $300 checks. A lot of new details have been released on the next round of stimulus checks, so do make sure, friends, that you watch until the end of this video, because I will be sharing with you everything that you need to know about this inflation relief money. Also, I will be giving away $75 Walmart gift cards 4 days a week. Please enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos and then commenting below the keyword of each video that you watch. Also, friends, to say thank you so much for being part of this community. During the months of October, November, and December, I will also be giving away additional surprise $200 gift cards to those of you that have been in this community for several months. Now, friends, here is some very important news. Illinois residents have just 7 days left to claim up to $700 in tax rebates aimed at providing financial support amid increased living costs in the state. The tax rebates are part of the state's family relief plan that was introduced in a bill backed by State Senator Meg Capel and passed the legislature earlier this year. The bill sets aside millions of dollars for those who filed their taxes in 2021 to help them with increased costs caused by the crisis and also with rising inflation. Senator Capel told reporters this week, from crisis losses to the increased cost of living, families across the state are facing financial distress. As a General Assembly, we recognize the daily struggles of hardworking people and pass a comprehensive plan to provide them with much-needed relief to help them get back on their feet. All eligible residents have until October 17th to file last year's taxes to receive this payment. The amount each resident will receive varies depending on the taxes filed. For those who filed individually and make less than $200,000 a year, they will receive a $50 rebate, while joint filers making less than $400,000 a year will receive $100. So friends, according to this plan, filers can receive an additional $100 per dependent for a maximum of 3 dependents. Those who paid property taxes in 2021 on their primary residence and earn less than $250,000 individually, or $500,000 jointly, will also be eligible to receive an additional $300. Idaho Governor Brad Little recently announced that Idaho residents can expect as much as an extra $300 in their wallets this Thanksgiving, as long as they filed their taxes on time. The rebate checks, which were approved during the Idaho legislature's special session on September 1st, are part of an approximately $1 billion package to reduce the state's record budget surplus, cut taxes, and increase education funding. So far, the state has issued 192,000 rebate checks, totaling $133 million. Governor Brad Little said that individual filers can expect a minimum of $300 for the rebates, while joint filers can expect a minimum of $600. According to the Idaho State Tax Commission, the state has already begun processing these rebates, and the first rebates were issued on September 26th. So many Americans can finally expect to receive extra relief money. Friends, the key word for this video is Mount Evans. If you would like to enter today's Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below this keyword, which is Mount Evans, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And do make sure, friends, that you are subscribed to my channel. In an attempt to help residents deal with high inflation costs, the state of Maine is also issuing $850 stimulus payments to all qualified taxpayers. Sarah Austin, Director of Policy and Research at the Maine Center for Economic Policy, just told reporters this week, as housing, food, and energy costs have increased, The stimulus checks will be a big help for low-income households struggling to help cover higher costs. Those 17 other U.S. states have passed stimulus relief plans. The state of Maine offers one of the highest payouts for its residents. This emergency legislation is accompanied by a handful of other financial relief measures in the state's supplemental budget. The bill is estimated to impact nearly 860,000 Maine residents. Maine's relief plan offers direct payments of $850 to individuals and then $1,700 to joint filers. The Maine governor has said that these payments are meant to help residents cover necessities like groceries, utilities, and gas. But residents can use the money for any purpose they choose. The Maine Department of Administrative and Financial Services began issuing the first rounds of payments a few weeks ago. Maine is still in the process of issuing more payments. So friends, if you are a Maine resident and have not received your check yet, please know that your check may be on its way. Well, my awesome and marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this afternoon. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me here every day when I post a video. Please stay tuned because in a video later today, I'll be announcing the winner for the Walmart gift card giveaway worth $75. Thank you and have a wonderful and blessed day.
The price of groceries and school supplies continue to rise, hurting our families just as children are going back to school. But instead of addressing the rising cost of everyday goods, Democrats in the Biden administration continue to push for more legislation that will make these problems worse. The Inflation Reduction Act, which I like to call the Income Reduction Act, did nothing to help Iowans who are struggling to make ends meet. Instead, several $100 billion will be spent to fund partisan pet projects like doubling the size of the IRS. And less than 2 weeks after the Income Reduction Act was signed into law, President Biden announced his student loan forgiveness plan, which will cost hard-working Iowans and Americans even more. We need to increase domestic energy production to lower energy prices and curb our dependence on other nations, and we need to enact policies that allow Americans to keep more of their hard-earned paychecks. Inflation, unlike what you saw this weekend on 60 Minutes, where it was poo-pooed and downplayed, inflation is an issue every single American is facing right now. And the Biden administration has made it abundantly clear that fixing the problem is not a priority. Thank you, and I will now yield to Representative Tony Gonzalez.
Working nights at a warehouse to help feed her family of 4. This is what she had to say. Clothing, gas, just about everything has gone up, and food is a large part of it. Meanwhile, the head of a small manufacturer in Big Bend, Wisconsin, reports that amid price hikes, stacked up supply chains, quote, trying to source products has been very difficult. In each of these states' cases, West Virginia, Ohio, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, one senator tried to spare working families from all this preventable pain. Each of those states has one Republican senator who warned about inflation, who voted against inflation, and who voted for amendments that would have reduced inflation. But unfortunately, each one of those states also had a Democratic senator who decided to vote in a partisan lockstep to plow ahead with the trillions of dollars in reckless inflationary spending. One senator each from West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin cast the tie-breaking votes to bring this pain down on their citizens' heads. And now, sadly, they're all paying the price. Working families in West Virginia are paying Washington Democrats' inflation tax to the tune of an extra $563 a month. Ohioans are paying $666 more. In Pennsylvania, inflation is squeezing folks for an extra $605. And in Wisconsin, it's $673. Families in these states are paying a painful price for the deciding vote that their Democratic senators chose to cast. Now, on a related matter, Democrats' runaway inflation includes skyrocketing costs to keep the lights on and to heat or cool homes, We're also witnessing the dangerous vulnerabilities that Democrats in places like California have built into their electrical grids. California Democrats have spent years putting green lifestyle preferences ahead of the basic needs of working families.